Initiating a domestic wire through online banking. After logging into your online banking, from the left side menu, choose Commercial and then Payments. Click on New Payment, Domestic Wire, and then choose the origination details by clicking in the fields for the drop-down menu in the From Subsidiary and the Account. Process date, that's the date you want to process this wire on. And next, enter in the recipient account and amount of wire. The recipient may be referred as beneficiary, the person, company you are paying, the receiver. By clicking in this field, you can choose from a previously saved recipient or add a new recipient. In this example, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enter in a brand new recipient here. Enter in the display name. This is for your records only. And then the email address for the recipient, and that's optional. Next, refer to your wiring instructions for the following fields. Enter in the account number. This is the recipient's account number receiving the funds. And then the beneficiary FI. The beneficiary FI, this is the name of the bank where you're sending the funds to. And because you chose domestic, the country is already defaulted to United States. And then you want to put in the routing number or the ABA number for the FI. This is the 9-digit routing ABA number for the bank. Particularly for larger financial institutions, this number is not the same as what's on a check. So be sure to get specific instructions from the recipient financial institution or the recipient bank regarding wire sending instructions. And then the next fields have the address fields for the bank. If it's known, you can enter that in. It's not required. The intermediary FI. This is the intermediary bank. If your wire instructions indicate an intermediary or a correspondent bank, you will enter this information here. So it'd be the name and the wire routing number, which would be also the ABA number. Again, the address is optional here. And once that's complete, go ahead and click on the check mark to continue. And next, you'll want to complete the recipient details. So the wire name. This is the full name of who is receiving the funds. It defaults to United States. And then you want to put in their address. And then once that's complete, select the options below, either to cancel if you no longer want to proceed with this wire, use without save. So this is not going to save the recipient or banking information. It's just going to be a one-time, or save recipient, which will save it for future uses. I'm going to go ahead and proceed with use without save for this example. If you need to make any edits, you can go ahead and make them here. And then the optional wire information. Use the Message to Beneficiary section with any pertinent wire information, such as invoice numbers for further credit to information, branch codes, reference numbers, property addresses, etc. The purpose of the wire is required. Enter the reason for your wire. For instance, closing on a home, payment of goods, membership dues, rent, just to name a few. Description is for your reference only and will not be sent with the wire. Once you've completed that, you want to select the bottom, either cancel if you no longer want to continue with this wire, draft it, or approve. If you draft the wire, selecting this, it's used to notify additional approvers of your wire if necessary. Or if you don't have that, you can go ahead and click on Approve. And that would process your wire. Please note if you have any recurring transactions set up at any time, you receive notification from Horizon Bank that additional information is needed or it's invalid, you will need to update the recurring transaction as well. And to do so, from the left-hand side menu, under Transactions, you want to choose your Activity Center. And once your Activity Center appears, from that page at the upper top, you want to click on Recurring Transactions. And then you'll want to locate the transaction, click on the 3 dots to the right, and click on the Edit Series.